It means a lot to me, man. I think I just try to be myself, always have a smile on my face, joke around, have fun with everyone, and I just appreciate being here, man. Every day to me is a blessing because I've had it taken away before. So every day I'm on the field, every day I'm with my brothers, man. I enjoy the moment.
Are you surprised that you're coming into this season
I wouldn't say surprised. I feel like my whole life I've really had a chip on my shoulder, been underrated, and I continue to use it as fuel. Like, I can't wait to put the pads on and go into this season because, like you said, I feel underrated. I feel like I've been forgotten, so I can't wait to remind everyone.
What's the balance like for you? You say that you play with a chip on your shoulder, and you say that you've kind of been forgotten a little bit, but also you're playing next to a guy who a lot of people think is, among the best in the country, just like you think of yourself. What is that balance like?
Well, it's exciting. I always I talk to my parents and I talk to people like Caleb coming here. I couldn't wait for him to get here, just to be able to compete with him every day. Like you said, compete with him every day. I think that's what's so special about our BIA room is just constant competition. Always competing with each other, always trying to be the best. Because I feel like we have 4 or 5 DBs that could possibly win awards like the Thorpe and stuff this year. So when you have stuff like that, it's a special room.
Obviously, you and Caleb, obviously, the starters. Which of the young guys has impressed you the most over the last 5 months?
I feel like all the young guys have come in and made plays. I mean, Jalen's come in and made a lot of plays. Roke had a pick today, been flying around, getting to the ball. Keenan's done a great job. I think all of them have come in and made an impact in their own unique ways. So it's been special to watch them develop.
Who do you pick off?
Somebody.
Lathan, have you been surprised at all by how quickly Jalen has acclimated?
No, I think when he first came in here, he was all about his business. You could see right away he was someone who was focused, someone who came in and obviously was whatever school he came from, they knew what they was doing because he came in right away and got acclimated with us and been making a lot of plays ever since.
Do you feel like you guys are basically on the same wavelength too, Lathan? I mean, you and Caleb?
Oh, most definitely. I think.
How does that show up?
I think we're just out there, we're making checks, we're seeing the same things at the same time, able to communicate. Even some plays, if we don't communicate pre-snap, post-snap, we're on the same wavelength. So I think with me and Caleb out there to be able to move around and just make plays together, man, it's going to be special, and I can't wait to see it put together against other teams.
Yeah, from your vantage point, what is special about this defense? You've been here throughout the building of this group. You understand what I mean? A lot of people think this might be the best defense in the country. What do you see that's definitely special or different about it?
I think, first of all, just hunger. I mean, everyone's hungry to get to a place that we haven't been in the last couple of years and finish the job. Because, I mean, I think the last 3 years we've been hyped up as, a great defense, a great team, expected to be in the Natty and stuff like that, but haven't finished the job. So I think as a defense this year, a lot of veterans, a lot of dudes that know what they're doing, played together now for about 2 years, go in there and just get the job done.
There's been a lot of talk about Caleb's capacity, his ability to recall and just to think things out and whatnot. Obviously, you've played a lot of football here, but what have you even picked up a bit? Maybe this point into the second year, what have you learned from Caleb that maybe helps you get better?
I mean, I feel like I said, just being able to compete with him and like you said, he's a dude that comes in here, learned our defense quick like a sponge, and he's just he runs like a professional. So being able to be around him and just compete in everything we do, I think that's really what I've been able to pick up is just compete, and we're both constantly competing with each other.
Lathan, how much do you save from being healthy? I mean, it's obviously you've had your issues with that. How much do you appreciate it now that you are healthy?
I mean, I appreciate it a lot. I mean, I feel like, like I said earlier, I feel like every time I get to wake up and come out here and play football, it's just a blessing. I appreciate God every day to be able to wake up and come play the game I love, because when the game I love gets taken away from me, it hurts, man. And I just appreciate it every day. I get to tie my cleats up, joke around with my teammates, joke around IGB, talk a little trash to the offense. Man, that's what I live for.
What's it like covering a guy like Jelani Thurman? Obviously, early in his career, he's got development to do in terms of talent. What's it like going in?
Yeah, Jelani has potential through the roof. I mean, to be a dude his size that can move like he moves, man, his sky's the limits of what he can become. So just seeing him develop with Coach Key has been special to watch, and seeing him making plays and stuff now is exciting. But yeah, he's a dude. He's a mismatch. A dude that's his height, got his range. I think it's just exciting, and then obviously like for me and Caleb and some of the other dudes getting a matchup against him is what you're going to see at the next level and against tight ends that we're going to play. So it's a fun matchup.
How crazy is the evolution of this defense? I mean, Jim asked you about it a little bit ago, but like
in 2020, you hear you playing a little bit, and you're playing the slot, nickel spot. 2021 defense is pretty rough, and then you start to see the evolution to where it is now. How awesome is it for you to have been a part of that whole thing, and now to be in that conversation as the best in the country?
Yeah, I think it is awesome, and I think what's so special about it is we didn't change things miraculously. It's been the same dudes, the same players that have been in the system that have developed, and now being one of the top defenses in the country, going to be the top defense of the country it is special. But I think when we look back at it, a lot of the times when we weren't top defense and we didn't look pretty, it's because we were beating ourselves. It wasn't because of dudes just getting beat this and that. It was because of us beating ourselves, mistakes we've been making. So to just limit them mistakes, limit them explosives, that's why we're the best defense in the country now.
When you have had, a couple injuries like you've had, are there any mental blocks you have to overcome getting back on the field this preseason?
Yeah, I feel like that's a great question. I feel like, sometimes there is that. I feel like the most mental blocks I get is right when that injury happens. It's tough, man. It's tough emotionally. It's tough physically. Going through it, man. Especially like a second injury, I'm frustrated. I'm asking why is this happening to me and stuff like that. And then I lean on my family. I lean on my faith that God has a plan for me. It happens for a reason. I feel like this is my reason to be here in my 5th year, be a leader. And then to help the team achieve the goals that we've been trying to achieve the last couple of years.
What are the biggest things you've been working on this preseason just to continue to enhance your game?
Just enhance the mental side of my game, being able to be a coach on the field, and then I think I try to fix everything part of my game. I don't feel like there's nothing in my game that I feel like as a player, there's nothing in my game that I think is perfect. Like I always want to continue to critique every little thing, so that I can have the best season I can have this year, and then hopefully go on to the next level and be successful there.
When you have 2 traumatic injuries like that, which one is more difficult to get over? The first time when you see what the road ahead of you is like, and also it's a new defensive coordinator coming in, you're trying to move up in the depth chart, or the second one where it's like, not again?
The first one was so traumatic because I think the visual part was crazy. Like I lift my leg up and it looks like this, so that was kind of crazy to get over. But I think just the second one was definitely mentally the most tough, just because you have so many goals, so many aspirations going into a season, and for them to just get ripped away, it's hard. It was hard on me. So I think now I learned a lot, man. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about my family. My faith grew. So honestly, I look at it and I appreciate that happened, and it's just use it as fuel to, mature as a man. I think I became a better person because of it. So use that as fuel and just continue to, go on with my journey.
I know it's a brotherhood, so you're cool with all your teammates, but are there specific guys on this team who maybe helped you through those 2 injuries when you're going through those, and maybe not with the team doing stuff on the field all the time? Yeah,
just BIA as in general. I think BI, those are my brothers, all those dudes in there. Denzel, IGB, Caleb, Malik, all those dudes, man. I think I appreciate them. Jermaine always gonna find a way to make us all laugh. So I think just them, man. I appreciate them and I love them. I came back to be with them. So, and then also just the rest of the team, man. I've told them before, I just appreciate them more than they could know. There's a reason. It was easy for me to come back because I get to be with them one more year. So. I'm excited and ready to just enjoy every moment of this year.
How do you feel like you've been able to elevate yourself as a leader this year?
I feel like I try to lead and just by doing. I think this year improve my just becoming a vocal leader. And I think that's something I've done and will continue to get better at.
What have you seen?
A couple more questions for But since Caleb's come in, you kind of see that experience that he had last year, even as a freshman, kind of giving him a bit of kind of knowledge that maybe guys his age usually don't have?
Yeah, I feel like I think probably a lot of people probably said in interviews, he just holds himself like a professional. He comes in, all business, a sponge, trying to get as much time in the film room as he can, ask as many questions as he can. So to see a dude coming at his age and just hold himself like a veteran, man, it's just exciting and exciting to play with, and now I'm playing with him.
We've heard a lot of good things about Jalen McLean. What have you seen from him that's impressed you as a freshman?
I think a lot of similarities to Caleb, just come in and be a professional, quiet, put his nose down, and just grind, and that's what he's done, and he's reaped the benefits of making a lot of plays, so I'm excited to see what he does.